Hey, this is the second video of the behind the scenes for the dinosaur animations in Second Extinction. The first video was about the animation process for the raptor. This video is about the Tyrannosaurus Rex. While I had seen motion capture being used for raptors before, a heavy dinosaur like the T-Rex was pretty unexplored territory. One part of the animation prototype phase for Second Extinction was to discover the limits of using motion capture. If we only could use it for the raptors, it wouldn't feel very coherent in terms of animation style if the other dinosaurs were animated by hand. So the questions were, could we use motion capture for more dinosaurs, or would it look too similar to the raptor? Could it sell the weight of such a massive creature like the Tyrannosaurus? So for the answers to these questions, here are some behind the scenes video for the use of motion capture on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. As a comparison, this is what the raptor walk looked like. An easy trap to fall into when you want to move as something heavy like the T-Rex is stomping your feet. But as you can see, it doesn't really convey a heavy weight. It looks forced, unnatural, and overall pretty silly, I would say. It pretty much looks like the movement of a kid playing a dinosaur. To get the right feeling, starting with the breathing was very important. Taking these long, deep breaths helped tremendously with finding the rhythm of how to move heavily. When testing the motion capture on the Hunter Primal T-Rex, it showed again that this had strong potential. Still a lot of work left to be done, but it made me feel totally confident to commit to motion capture as a base for the Tyrannosaurus as well. One big question to straighten out was how to move like if you had this big tail. We wanted the T-Rex to use its tail as a weapon. In the first attempts, I emphasized on shaking my butt, which just looked ridiculous. In the following attempts, I introduced a step, which made it a bit better, but still felt kind of forced and awkward. In the end, a sidestep without any unnecessary butt twerking was all that it took for this particular attack. That simple approach had the right attitude and timing we were looking for. A more complicated tail movement was the shockwave attack, which was going to be aimed forward instead of backward. You had to incorporate a turn in order to flick the imaginary tail in the right direction. It was pretty hard to make this feel natural and powerful. Putting some anticipation and hold before the tail flick made it read better, but it didn't really sell that the tail was sending a shockwave forward. So we added a ground slam with the tail first and then some forward momentum to sell the direction better. Next up, we have a series of videos from mocap to actual animations for the T-Rex. As a disclaimer, I transitioned from the project about a year ago, so the animations you have seen on the T-Rex in this video might have been updated, thus not representative of the final product. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed doing it. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and stick around for part 3, where I will discuss if motion capture was used for the Styracosaurus.